Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Polkadot. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, it's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, let's jump straight into the TA. So taking a look at Polkadot on the daily, we have the same Fibonacci retracement that we've had for a very long time now. If you don't know how to use the Fib retracement, if you don't know how to use the Fib retracement, there's going to be a link in the description to a video where I explain how you can use the Fibonacci retracement to set up targets. So in this case, we have the swing high set up all the way back in November of 2021 and the swing low in July of 2021. We went just slightly below the 1.414, and we have not reached our technical target at $3.69, and we saw this V-shaped recovery here. So potentially, we are going to see another retracement coming down, maybe at the start of March. Jerome Powell could have some bearish news coming out, and he really doesn't like the fact that the inflation battle isn't going very well for the Fed, and the unemployment, I should say, numbers are not going up either. So that has to go up in order to stop increasing the interest rates. So around 1 million Americans have to lose their jobs in order for us to start, at least stop the interest rate hikes. That's the harsh reality of the situation. So zooming into the smaller Fib retracement here, as you can see, we have a second one set up, and this one is set up with the swing low in January this year and the high in November of 2022. And right now what we've done is we've essentially retraced all the way back to that swing high, which was sitting at approximately $7.40. And as you can see, we're running into that exact same level as resistance, $7.41. And if we manage to break to the upside, then our next technical target is going to be at $10.46.5 or 45 cents, which is going to be the 1.618 Fib retracement. And that's exactly the swing low of the larger Fib retracement. So you can see how things are, how the puzzle is coming together. So the swing low of the large Fib, which is this important support level that we actually did backtest as resistance back in May of 2022, then we printed a lower high, and so on and so forth. But we haven't come back up to retest that level in a very long time. So potentially what could be happening here is we might be seeing a very strong move to the upside where we run into the 1.618. That's our technical target. That's the retest of this low. And then we have a retracement down and we cool off for a bit, potentially retest $7.41 once again. That is a potential scenario. So I would advise everyone who's holding Polkadot for the long term, just stake if you can. I would not be swing trading unless you are specifically, entering the coin to exit at some point or when you get to a certain percentage of profit. But I'm staying safe with my Polkadot as of right now, not trying to swing trade anything because we can see a very strong move to the upside. And if we see that, I'm going to take some profits here, probably at around $10.20. I just want to sell before that resistance level, as a lot of people could be piling in on this specific area. So that's something that we could be looking at here. Obviously, we have the bullish cross on the daily chart where the 20 EMA crossed above the 55 EMA, which is the red line. And we're looking good right now for continuation. However, Bitcoin is having another bearish divergence on the daily chart with the RSI. So we may see a pullback. Like I said, this rally can continue until the end of February. And once we get the FOMC meeting in March, we might see a pullback. So just be aware of that. Please make sure that you're expecting all possible outcomes and you have cash in order to buy the dip if indeed we get one. Moving down to the daily RSI, you can see that we're breaking out of this channel down pattern and we're running into this major level of resistance. And I actually was swing trading some Polkadot for my friend, and I took profits at this level here because, as you can see, we ran into that level multiple times, actually 3 times previously, in March 2022, in August 2022, in November 2022, and right now in February of 2022. So we're having this retest of resistance. Obviously, we broke out of this channel down pattern, which is typical for channel down patterns, and now we're going to be seeing a move to the downside. So where I would say is a very good entry point is this ascending support block that we've got. As you can see, we've been retesting this as support for a very long time. We had a little fake out here at the end of 2022. Afterwards, we saw that massive break to the upside, and now we're coming back down. Hopefully, we can retest this as support somewhere around 40 on the RSI or 42-ish. Those are going to be great entry points. So if we go lower, I would be targeting the purple support block. And as you can see, every time since April of 2021, every time that we have retested that level, we saw a move to the upside. So this is something that we can be expecting if we come back down below the support block into the purple support block. So that's where I would be trying to dollar cost average. And obviously, if you have a fake out below it, if you go below that, then you're extremely, extremely oversold. And that's where you want to be building your positions, or, most of your positions. Now, I do want to switch over to the weekly chart on Binance. And before we continue, guys, I quickly want to talk about my Patreon. Now, if you want to get involved, there's going to be a 7-day free trial. So you can go ahead and join, and you're going to get access to all of my content since I started posting on Patreon, which was all the way back in October of 2021. So there are hundreds and hundreds of posts with low cap gems, my exclusive podcasts that I do for patrons only, my low cap gem reviews, project highlights, your technical analysis requests, exclusive videos for patrons. So there's a whole bunch of stuff there that I don't share on YouTube or Twitter as to add more value to it. And I also share all of my buys, all of my sells. I share my portfolio in there. So if that's something that you're interested in and you really want to support the channel, then feel free to check it out. Thank you. Taking a look at the weekly chart, we have a Fibonacci retracement set up from the swing low that we printed back in January this year and the swing high that we have in November. Our 1.618 target is currently sitting at $250. And that is what we're going to be targeting for the next bull market. From where we are right now, that's 3,500% to the upside. From the bottom here, that would be 5,800%. So just to be more conservative, we could be targeting $150, as that is the 1.414 fib retracement, and that is still an exceptionally great area to exit, because from that all-time high that we have in November, that would be a 178%, so almost a 3x there from the previous all-time high. I would say anywhere between 150 to 250, that's where you should be exiting and having your sell orders and just dollar cost averaging out of your position. Not a financial advice, obviously. And some people are getting frustrated with Polkadot because it's not, flying like all the other altcoins. Well, this is a higher cap altcoin, so it's not going to be doing those crazy things all the time. We might see a breakthrough, and we just saw a breakthrough actually here in January where we broke above the blue resistance trend line, and right now we're holding the 20 EMA as support on the weekly, and we are above the blue support block that we were in as well, that I gave you based on this 2020 trading range from $6.12 to $4.50. We perfectly retested that one. We did have a little move below that, but still, this was quite a good entry. From that low there, you're now up 59%, which is pretty good. So as long as we hold the 20 EMA, as long as we hold $6.12 as support, we're good to go. And our next immediate target would be the 0.236, as we have retested that level back in September and we got rejected back down. So $7.70 is a pretty important level. I do have some sell orders set up there as well, or rather with some of my patrons, and all of the trade alerts obviously are going to be on Patreon, and all of my portfolio picks and low cap gems and all of that. So you can check the link in the description. But after we break that, what you could be targeting is the August high. That is very important for us to break, as that is a major resistance level. Once we do that, I would say we're probably, it's fair to say that we have bottomed out, that's your bear market bottom if you break above the August high, and hopefully that happens. If that happens, we can drop in a fib retracement here for the short term to see where we could be looking at, and we could be looking at $16 here. By August, I would say probably we could be sitting at $16, and that's a conservative prediction based off this 1.618 fib level, and that's also coming close to the swing low that we printed in February last year. So that level is going to be a major resistance level, so we might retest that and then come back down. So $16 is going to be a pretty important level for us to break above, and obviously the golden ratio there at $20 is going to be massive as well. So overall, things are looking good. Like I said, if you're getting bored with a project, that's probably when you should be buying in. And so far, Polkadot's doing pretty good, as it's seeing a 71% move to the upside. The developers' activity is number one in the entire crypto space. So I think it's just, we just need to be a bit more patient. You can stake your tokens. If you want, you can swing trade sometimes, but overall, Polkadot is not going anywhere in my opinion. So I'm holding firmly to my tokens. We're breaking above the 48 RSI resistance level that I gave you. And potentially right now, we could be looking at another resistance retest, which is going to be the two lows that we printed here in August and September of 2021. And that is going to be sitting at 53.5 roughly on the RSI. So that's going to be a major level for us to take profits at if you want to be selling at all. And that could co-align with us running either into the 0.236 here at $7.70, or potentially the August swing high at $9 roughly. That could be the scenario here. And we broke above the diagonal resistance trend line with authority, as we always do. And we're getting the confirmation from the volume indicator, as we're seeing strong volume candles coming in. So that's good. The stochastic on the RSI is starting to recover, and the settings for the stochastic are 14 and 28, and this is done in a way that we don't get a lot of false signals. So it's going to take a lot of momentum for the stochastic to get all the way up here, and when it's there, you have to know that that's really, that's pushing the coin's limits, and we're probably going to see a strong sell-off afterwards. So once we get there, that's going to be a nice signal for us to take some profits, and we'll be covering all of that obviously once, if you are going to be sticking with the channel. For example, if we switch over to the daily chart, you can see how we got overextended here at the end of January on the daily stochastic, and we've been coming down ever since, even though we're printing higher highs here. So the RSI, as you can see, is printing a bearish divergence here. So what this means is that the price action is printing higher highs, where the price is going higher, but the RSI is printing lower highs, where the price is printing, where each high is technically lower. So this is a bearish divergence, and typically we see pullbacks afterwards. Bitcoin is having the same thing here. So I'm just saying that the markets are getting a bit overheated. Everyone's turning a bit too bullish, a bit too soon. So I would say this is going to end up with us getting a lot of liquidations, and we're going to see a pullback. So I would have all of the buy limit orders set up in advance in case we see that pullback come in. The 55 daily EMA is going to be a great entry for anyone looking to buy, and the 20 EMA on the weekly chart as well. So that pretty much covers it for the Polkadot breakdown. If I missed out anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and goodbye.